Hello everybody, Mobility Matters. Robert and the team offer a fantastic service with Snap Finance available for all your mobility needs. The team at Mobility Matters fix any issues you have with any of their products really fast to save any inconvenience, as they're a great team who truly believe mobility matters and understand. Contact the Rare and Kilmarnock stores and the numbers shown on the screen to get you mobile again. Real Life Media, proud to promote Mobility Matters. Fuck it, we'll do it. So this video's psychologically probably going to go a bit deep, but it's one of these situations where rumour has it, right? Rumour has it for the last wee while I've been doing a little bit self-therapy. No mental health or anything. Been going to a place. Again, rumour has it. You've maybe heard the ayahuasca, the DMT, I don't know, but anyhow, it's brought me to this point where you reflect, and you reflect on the pettiness of life, because that's what it is. Right? It's like, I've changed for a long, long time now, and I would never have been able to speak like this, but I can now, and it's the pettiness of life. Before we start with that, you'll see the Tommy gun on the wall. I showed my 5-year-old son it. He went to school and told all his pals, I've already had the police, they've came, they've had a look at it, they know it's not real. They were very professional, they were very polite, they never upset my son, so I'd like to thank them for that. And I can now put it up in my studio wall, because I didn't know how to go to the police and say, I've got a Tommy gun, you want to come and give me permission to put it in my studio or whatever. But they've been, don't tell your kids anything, I can get you hung. But they've looked at it, they're very professional, very polite. So anybody that wants to report it, go ahead, they already know. Knock yourselves out. Be petty. So the pettiness of life. How did I come to this conclusion? I went through, I would say from 17, 18 onwards, I went through life and never let anything bother me. I never had any remorse. I didn't have any conscience for the things I done. I lived how I lived, and I didn't really think about anybody else apart from myself. I was ignorant. And that's the truth. So, why was I ignorant? Because I used a lot of energy negatively when I could have used it positively. But I don't know how. This is where the pettiness of life comes in. Say 25 years ago, whatever, I'm 42, so go back to then. 20 odd years ago, if I work it out, 20 odd years ago, right? If I heard this person says this about you, first thing I done was go and see that fucking person. Why? I didn't have to. I shouldn't have. People have the right to say what they like. They might be wrong, they might be right, and even if they're right, they might be wrong. Nobody knows. I've done things that were wrong, but they were maybe right. I've also done things that were right, But we may be wrong, depending who looks at it. Everybody's got different values, everybody's got different morals. And back then, you didn't want anybody seeing you taking a backward step. It's the worst thing you could have fucking done. I had people paying money to try and get me hurt and things, and a few people tried. A few people succeeded. And a lot of the other times I was lucky. But hey ho, let's get on to the pettiness of life. So as I was saying, I still to this day, I get people fucking phoning me. This person's saying this person's saying that. No, I couldn't give a fuck. Say what you like. This is where it gets complicated. You try to change, but if somebody done something to my wife or son, I don't know how I would react. And that's just being honest. I don't know. I know if anybody harmed a hair in their fucking head, any adult, I know how I'll react. That's where it's complicated, because you try to be a better person, you're trying to change, you are changing, you are being a better person. But any parent, any husband, quite sure if anybody harmed a hair in their fucking kids or wife's head, they would do what they needed to do and neutralise that fucking threat immediately, without caring about the consequences. That's where you find yourself in a dilemma with the reflections and the pettiness of life. Recently, I've had people come to me with, why the fuck you want a hand doing this, or why you not dealing with that, or fuck, I thought you'd have done something about that. And no, why no? I've not explained myself to these people. I'm not interested. I'm explaining it here. Unless somebody harms a hair in my son or my wife's head, or anybody else I love, say what you like, do what you like. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like I says, it could be right, it could be wrong. It could be wrong, it could be right. It all depends on the way you look at it. And I'm not proclaiming to be right. I've done a lot of fucking things, and this is what I'm going to lead up to. When I was about, I must have been 17-ish, when all the local fucking drama began, I remember my dad saying to me, and he fucking hammered it into me, never ever hate anybody, because you'll just end up eating away at you. And I used to think, he's fucking crackpot. Never listened to him, but I took stuff in, I just never fucking listened. So, I never ever hated anybody. I maybe disliked people, they weren't my cup of tea, but I never ever hated or let anything eat away at me. I was always just kind of matter of fact about things, and if I needed to react, I reacted, usually in the wrong fucking way. But we all learn as we get older. And this is the other dilemma. I mean, people live their whole life helping people. And why I've had to go through everything, and I'm not saying, oh, poor me, right? This is just from my side. I've went through everything I've had to go through, right? To get to a point in my life where I should always have been. In my mind, why was I not always helping people? Now, you get loads of people, you'll say, oh, wee Willie Sound, wee Mrs. Brand New, fucking sends a pound in for you. That's all well and good, but you also get the other side where, is this, that, the fucking next. You can't, like I say, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So, talking about hatred, like I say, I never ever hated anybody and let it eat away at me. I just went through life without a care in the fucking world, really. Didn't look back, didn't think about anything, just ignorant. By the time I was 30-ish, 30, 31, 32, around about that kind of age, I was out of prison, fit as a fiddle, running 5 mile before my work, going to the gym after my work, super, super fit, fucking loving life. Then a stupid strongman competition at work, fucking an old post stuck in the ground. We're doing fencing up Livingston, and nobody could get it out. We're having a strongman competition trying to get it out. I got it out, but I slipped 2 discs in my fucking back in the process, which had a knock-on effect of fucking, as you can imagine, pain, loss of income. Eventually, done all my physio, fucking through all that, get back to work, but I was never right. I'd lost a very close friend, and that had done something inside me, but I didn't know what. I still had a bit of a fucking ego. That's been true. Just telling the truth. I didn't know how to let it go. That done something to me. And then back at work, fucked. It's getting weaker, my back's sore. Just couldn't work any longer. So I ended up, had to get rid of the house. Ended up in my wee flat in Davidale, and see when you're laid up in pain, you get a lot of time to sit and think about things you've done, things that could have been different, things that should have been different. Now, a lot of the things I done had to be done, but a lot of the things I done didn't have to be done. And this is where we get to the hatred part. It's fucking hard sitting here speaking to a fucking camera. I never ever hated anybody until I broke and I hated myself. And I didn't know how to deal with that. I was taking loads of prescription fucking painkillers, loads of stuff. Every day, wasn't it just like the week? Every fucking day, loads of painkillers to try and dull the emotional pain, the remorse, the having a conscience for the first time and having to deal with the fucking stuff. And hatred started eating away at me, hating myself. Because for the first time in my life, I had humility, I'd lost my ego, and I hated myself, and I was broke, and I didn't know where to start to rebuild myself. I know this is deep, and a lot of people maybe don't understand it, but that's the truth. That's where I was in life. So I kept with the fucking prescription painkillers and everything, and family problems of my wife and things I've mentioned in other videos. Led on to a bit more serious in prescription painkillers. But at that point in my life, I was broke. I had hatred, I had remorse, I had a conscience. All of this for the very, very first time just all came. I'd fucking lost my mate. I would sit and cry every fucking day. I didn't know where to start to get back to where I should have been. And it took me a wee while. I went through all my drug reduction programme, and that was all well and good, getting off all the drugs. which is fucking brilliant, but with that comes all the emotions you've tried to suppress. So all of a sudden you've been thinking about all these things for years, you've been trying to fucking block them out, and then all of a sudden you've got to deal with them. So you're by yourself. My wife still worked, and we weren't really seeing eye to eye and all that fucking bollocks. Could be fucked with her, I don't think she could be fucked with me. But she looked after me, because I was fucked for a while. Fucking crutches and Zimmer frames and all that bollocks. Thankfully, and physio and everything else, fucking got back to where I should have been. But, so hatred. So hating myself. How the fuck did I move on from getting all these emotions? I've not, the whole life I lived, just not giving a fuck, really. And then, all of a sudden, you give a fuck about everything. The first thing I had to do was the first thing was losing the ego. See the people phoning you, this person saying this person saying that, blah, 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 and you're sitting plotting and planning and fucking getting a favour for this person because you've done them a favour and that. Shut up, bollocks. Fucking exhausting. Yeah. So that had to go. But with that, had to go my brother because he got himself in a load of fucking trouble with debt and things, and I had to go and sort that out. So then they people owed me a favour, and you were constantly fucking agitated and trying to deal with your own stuff, but no outwardly showing it to anybody or opening up to anybody. Nobody knew. I was just fucking keeping it all inside and trying to get on with it every day, which I did for a few years, and then eventually you've got to deal with all this stuff. So the first thing I had to go was the ego. And that meant when people were phoning, this person's saying this person's saying that, this person's going to do this. For the first time in my life, I realised, and that people are entitled to their opinion. People have a right to say whatever they want to say. If that's the way they honestly see it, and that's the way they believe it, so be it. I've got my opinion on people. I don't speak about it, but I'll not speak to them. That's simple. Simplifying things. And that's the pettiness of life. The pettiness of not being, you don't want to be seen to be taking a backward step. Right, just pettiness. Who cares? I'm fucking had my fair share of doings. I've got the fucking scars and holes and fucking marks to prove it. I get back up. I lick my wounds and I live to fight another day. Which I did. Petty. That's the pettiness of life. So that had to go, the ego part of it. That was the first thing I had to get rid of. And that was the hardest thing, was letting things go. When you've spent your whole life, you've been raised family first. Always look after your family, always look after your brother, always look after your sister. Never, it's always blood's thicker and what. That's the way we were raised in the 80s, and I think everybody would have been raised quite similar. Maybe no. I always kind of took things to the extreme. That come back to bite me in the arse when I had to do all this fucking carry on. But anyhow, that's the way we were raised, so it was hard letting that part go. This person's saying this person's saying that, and no reacting. So that kind of happened when my son was born, because it was like, he's more important to me than what anybody says. And anybody that knows me knows, if anybody's got a problem, if you come and chat at my door and, William, can I speak to you about this? That's exactly what we'll do. we'll speak about it. And hopefully we can come to an agreement, shake hands, and that's the end of the fucking matter. And anybody that knows me, that's me. If you come to my door for a fight, you get a fight. If you come to my door for trouble, you'll get fucking trouble. That can't be helped. I'm not the type of person that's going to phone the police to come and have. That's not me. And it's nothing to do with grassing or fucking that bollocks. It's morals. I don't live by the law of the land. I live by the law of what I think's right. So if I go to somebody's door with a problem and it can be sorted out, excellent. If I go to somebody's door with a problem, I'll always be polite. And if I find that a week later I was wrong or somebody gave me the wrong fucking story, I'm big enough to go back and say, look, I was wrong, fucking shake their hand, sorry about that. It's been a responsible adult and a parent. Wish I'd fucking learnt this years ago. Decades ago. So the ego had to go, the ego went. And when the ego gone came people. What way can you put it if it's sounding too fucking stupid? Some people took it the softness for daftness, and that had to be rectified quick. And I think people understand now that I'm not going to be out looking for trouble, but if trouble comes, fucking, what do? You've just got to fucking deal with it. You can't live the life I've led and then moan and groan. I don't. If anybody's familiar with the rapper DMX, right? He's got a great song, "Stop the Rain," and in that song it says, "You maybe get away with everyday shit, but when everyday shit catches up with you, you can't say shit." What a true fucking saying. So the ego had to go, and then you had to start rebuilding yourself, which was my son coming was a godsend. And from that moment on, I've been positive, trying to help with loads of different things, and I think I'm doing all right for a newbie, for a lack of a better word, for a positive person. So the pettiness of life, that's what I want people to listen to and try and understand. Don't react if there's no reason to react for what people say or what people say they're going to do. Or if somebody does something, then by all means, deal with it whatever way you think. In 2018, I get told I had an average life. If I kept living the way I was living, I had an average life expectancy of 5 years. I've changed the way I was living dramatically. I don't know. Health wise, I'm alright. Some days are bad, some days are good, some days are brilliant, some days are fucking terrible. Doing alright. See my cardiologist on Tuesday. I'll find out if there's anything fucking worse. Fucking in and out of hospital quite a lot because they tell me if I get this chest pain and my heart goes this fast, I need to go to hospital. So I need to fucking go to hospital. So I'll find out on Tuesday if my heart's damaged. Which can't see it because I've been looking after myself. This is now people saying they're going to do stuff and not going to do stuff. Or they're going to do this or going to do that. I've completely changed my mindset. But this is what I don't know. And this is a bit I'm still trying to figure out. Now, you've got a son and a wife. Of course, a man's job and all you always want to ever do is protect your fucking kids and your wife. That's it. That's number one priority. So as far as that's concerned, I'm fine with that. I'm content. I can deal with anything I need to deal with. This is the bit I'm trying to figure out now. If when the day comes I go and see my cardiologist and he says, we're talking months, just touch wood, hairy wood, get a fucking scale, whatever, knocking wood, whatever the sayings go. But say I ever go to my cardiologist and he says months, and in that months, I've got a choice to make. Now, anybody who's close to me knows I'm no dying of fucking heart failure. I'm no lying in a bed withering away to a fucking skeleton gasping for breath. I'm no brave enough for that. I think assisted dying should be legal. I'm a pro-activist on that front. And when the time comes, I'll make the decision when I leave. I'm not being a burden to anybody around about me. I don't want anybody that loves me remember me like that. I'll make that decision. So if there's any dramas going on at that point in my life, do I walk into the desert like the Red Indian with foot water, knowing he's going to die? No fuss, no dramas, no nothing. Oh, I don't know. What can you say without fucking getting into trouble? Do you neutralise all fucking future problems to your wife and son? I don't know, because if you get fuck all to lose, you know your life's fucking just about done anyhow, and all you want's for your son and wife to be good. I don't know how I'll react at that point. I hope. And I'm pretty sure I will still have the mindset of I'm not leaving that legacy behind for my son. He's already got to live with a legacy of being a fucking terrorist, machete maniac, fucking drug dealer. My son's got to live with that, and if he goes on the internet, he'll see that. It's not a very good legacy. That was fucking nearly 20 years ago. Anybody who's close to me, which is very few, I've got a very small circle, although that fucking thing rings at least 2 or 3 times a day with people either want to squash something and think I'm going to start, or fucking telling me stuff other people are saying. I don't want to leave that legacy behind for my son, although there's already a legacy, a bad one. I want to leave a positive where he can say my dad done bad. Fuck it, I'll never lie to him. I'll tell him the truth. Tell him what really happened. Not what fucking people make up. That's the bit I'm kind of stuck at now. I've been broke. I've hated myself. I've got through that part over the last 4 or 5 years. I'm back to myself, fucking constantly laughing, constantly joking, constantly having a fucking carry on, constantly doing things funny, and that's just, it's a great place to be. But recently, when you're reflecting on the pettiness of life, where people can't let things go and you can see hatred. Me just living my life, my family, me and my wife, my son, just living my life, no bothering with anybody. You can see it eating away at them, and I've been there. They're young. They're still to grow. They're still to mature. Some people do, some people don't. Some people have always been like that. Some people have always not been like that. Everybody's different, unique. Everybody went through different things. But if anybody went to the hospital and told they'd 3 months to live, or 6 months to live, and there was any problems unresolved, the best thing would be able to speak to people, shake their hands. Some people you can't do that way. Another thing you can do is go fucking nuts. If they want to think you're that person, they want to go back 20 years, then take them back fucking 20 years and show them that person. Then they'll wish they never fucking bothered with you. But you don't want to leave that legacy behind, and you don't want to go back to being that person. And sometimes it's a struggle not to be that person, because there's things happen, like in everybody's life, and it's been hard to just see things for other people's side and kind of meet your own mind in the middle somewhere where you understand it, you're not going to react to it, but you accept things, and that's life, and there's no dramas. The other thing is, somebody hurts your wife or son, or tries to hurt me, looking at it from an opponent's side, if you want to go and spend the rest of your life in prison, feel free. If I want to go and spend the rest of my life in prison, it's not going to be a fucking very long time. So this is the things you think about when you've changed. You're being the best person you can. But there's always people who live in the past. And the past is past. You can't change it. You wish you could change it. But you've got to accept that's the past. Leave it behind you and look to the future, not even to the day. Look in a month's time, a year's time, what you want to accomplish. I've got plans for what I want to accomplish before I leave this earth. I think it's educational, the pettiness of life. Don't care what anybody says, don't care what anybody does, until somebody actually hurts the people you love. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? I don't let anybody come into my daily thoughts to upset my happiness, because we're here to be fucking happy. Even when I was a wee cunt, I was happy. Then I paid for it, not with prison and fucking all the rest of the bollocks. I paid for it with my own conscience, my own suffering. No, the poor me. I fucking deserved it. I've been through them all. And I'm got back to a place I've never been before. And it's fucking brilliant. I love it. I don't care what happens outside of here. I don't care what people say. And there's loads of people going to do this or say that. I don't care. And I understand that my presence at places maybe upset people and they maybe not like it. And some people openly show it with growling. And if they do that, just laugh. Why should I shouldn't even be entering their fucking happiness. They should be concentrating their own life. That's what I've got in life. They'll get there, maybe they'll not. This has just been reflection and the pettiness of life, because that's what it was for all the years, fucking fighting and all the bollocks and prisons, all through pettiness. If I'd just been big enough are not even big enough, clever enough to laugh, give people a wee round of applause and laugh. None of that would have happened. I think that was always going to come to a head. That fucking carry on I end up in prison for. But a lot of the times, 99% of the fucking problems I had in life, I brought onto myself. All I had to do was fucking laugh and keep it moving. A lot of energy I put in doing negative stuff. I wish I put it in doing positive stuff, which I'm doing now, thankfully. But that's life. We all get to where we're meant to be when we're meant to get there. Sometimes you got to go through it to get there. Other people are just born there. Other people never get there. And that's alright. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to be whatever they want to be. And I'm good with that. So I just thought I meant to be doing a podcast. We guys fucking problems. I thought I'll just do this video because I've been thinking about doing it for a while. And I've kept fucking putting it off, saying, I don't know. And I thought, fuck it. The people who are close to me and who love me, they know. So it matters to me. And hopefully, if one person watches this and say they hear somebody saying this tonight about them, or they're going to do this tonight, if it makes that person just ignore them, it's worth it. That saves some grief somewhere in the world. So, there we go, a wee video on the life of William and the pettiness. The pettiness of life. And the wee story about the fucking Tommy gun. That was the fucking police came to the door and says, we've been given information there's a firearm in the house. I thought, for the first time in my life, I'm not doing anything wrong. Fair enough, come in. They were very polite, very professional. They never upset my son. They took me into another room, spoke to me. As soon as they spoke to me, I burst out laughing. I knew, I was watching the Russian fucking Ukraine war, and my son says, what if the bad guys ever come here? And I had in the cupboard. I says, if they ever come here, don't worry, I've got a real gun. And he's jumping about with, oh bro, this is a real gun, oh bro. The twos were just having a fucking laugh. That was on Friday. And the fucking Monday, sorry about that. And the Monday, fucking police at the door. And like I said, they could have came, with my past, they could have came 10 different ways. 4 in the morning, doors crashing in, flashbangs, handcuffed, dragged out the fucking house with the rest. They never, they chapped the door, they were very polite, never upset my son, respected the family environment, and I explained to them, look, I've had it 15 fucking years or something. I've kept it, I was always wanting to put it as a prop in my studio, but I didn't know how to approach you. I didn't want to come to the police station in my boot. I didn't want to come and say, can you come to my house and look at it? I didn't know, so I just kept it in the fucking cupboard, trying to figure out how I could approach them. So my son done me a favour in the fucking long run. So, hey ho, happy Friday everybody. Don't get caught up in the pettiness of life.